everyone. I'm coming on here today to share about my matcha journey. I'm so excited to share this with you in honor. I don't have matcha, but I do have a white tea mixed with essentia and blue lotus, rose, and chamomile. This has been one of my favorite tea blends into spring and summertime, and it's one that I offer in my little membership. So if you're not already inside, get inside for the practice of tea, sisterhood, and cyclical living. So without further ado, cheers. And I just wanted to share about what I call my first awakening. And I feel that I've had many awakenings through my life in many different forms with psychedelics, with energy healing and dream work and the medicine of tea. And so for my first awakening with the tea medicine, which if any of you do not know, tea is one plant, and the tea plant contains many different forms. So depending upon how the plant is processed, that can come in a variety such as white tea, green tea, oolong tea, pu'er tea, black tea. All of those are the same plant, the tea plant, and matcha is the form of tea that is green tea, and it is powdered. So it is a wholly crushed up in powder form. And for me, I have always had a love for tea, particularly matcha. It started in high school for me in kind of a silly way through Starbucks, which is not my ideal. But I am grateful for it because it brought me into the love of green tea. And as I came out of high school and became more interested in natural healing, herbal healing, it was about 5 or 6 years ago by now where I became more interested in herbal healing and meditation. And so I just began sitting with different herbs in my practice and setting out a space in the morning to drink my herbal blend in silence, and just sitting with myself with the herbal blends. And at this time, I was very new to meditation. So I was still experiencing discomfort in my body while I was doing these meditations. And I feel like I wasn't able to fully drop in to my body. It just felt like a lot of discomfort in my body. But I'm just the act of sitting with an herb and meditation was doing good. And then I decided to try it with matcha since I already loved matcha. And and I was making my own blends at home by this time. And one day I just decided to intentionally sit with matcha. The other times I just kind of go about my day while drinking it in the morning. And this time was different. I feel like I really opened to a more deeper listening space with my matcha. I was so shocked at the profound energy that I felt pouring through me as I began to just be present, be with my matcha, and really take the time to listen to the plant. And this was the first time that I actually felt in my center, maybe for the first time even. This is why I call it an energy or an awakening. My first real awakening in my center, and without even trying to do any sort of like running through a meditation, before I would put on different audios to guide me through meditation, but I just chose to do this with me and matcha. Matcha really brought forward a natural meditation within myself where it was guiding me to each chakra system in the body. So the main 7 chakras in the body, starting from the root and going up the spinal column to the crown. And with each chakra, I saw this vibrancy of the different colors connected to that chakra. And each chakra gave me a beautiful affirmation to really empower my energy centers. And as it just flowed through so easily and naturally without even trying, I knew something was very potent about the medicine of tea. And I was so surprised that nobody ever told me that tea, what it was a medicine. But I'm not surprised living in our modern world, living in the Western world, how we're not so connected to plants as a medicine or tea as a medicine, but more of the Asian culture is just naturally connected through their culture as tea as a medicine, or herbs as medicines. And so from that point, I really felt this deep devotion and desire within me. From that point that I experienced that just natural awakening in my body to educate people that tea is a medicine and how we can honor this beautiful plant medicine that is here for us to bring us back to our center, back to the balance in our body, and this feeling of inner peace and ease, where we can soften into our energy and know that it stems from within, and we can return to our center line of energy where all of our power lives. So I just became more interested about the lineage of tea, where it stems from, what the lineage of matcha stemmed from. And so I just did so much research from there, from checking out books in the library, going to my local herbal shops, tea shops. And it's kind of just been this spiral effect of my love for tea all of my life, that it really brought me to this place of being able to be an educator of tea as a medicine, and it brings us back to all of the elements of the earth through all the ways that tea transforms. This is also connected to our cyclical nature as humans, which is why tea is such a widely known and globally known beverage amongst coffee and water, because it does bring us back to the center of our humanity, the elements of the earth that are inside of us and outside of us. So it connects us all into this beautiful web of knowing that we're all connected and that we can find internal peace from this place of coming back in to meet ourselves and receive our power, our energy center. And matcha in particular is connected to the element of wood, which is like the tree. Green tea is connected to the wood element. And in this year, 2024, in Chinese zodiac, we are in the year of the wood element. So I feel like this is just coming full circle as I talk about matcha, green tea, and how it can be a reminder of our rootedness and our flexibility in life, to stay focused, to stay grounded, to stay flexible and movable, adaptable, while remaining rooted in our power, in the nourishment of our body, and all that central column of energy, our trunk, the tree trunk, can really bring us out into this branching of our energy system. So when we come to tea as a teacher, as a medicine, we can return to that reminder that we are a student of life always, first and foremost, and that we can master our own energy to really be of greatest benefit and service to all of humanity. So for this month in my online tea house, which is for women who want to live more cyclically and build a tea practice or deepen in their current one, and really live more slowly, and to build a relationship with tea as a lifelong medicine that you can always turn to in your daily life. And so this month for July, the theme of the month is Matcha Medicine. And so in our little online tea sisterhood, we will be getting to know matcha as a medicine and how it can benefit us with our focus, with our direction, our drive. As I feel that even just seeing how matcha is whisked, it's like this vigorous motion that brings in more energy to the plant as if it were coming back alive, as if it were energizing this plant to reignite. And so when we take that in, the whisked matcha and the motion of that, it can really direct our energy to what matters most in our life. If we're seeing matcha as a medicine rather than just a nice beverage that we can partake in, it can be a way of life and how we direct our energy as we're in the peak of summertime, and how summertime is that peak expression within the season, and it can relate to our ovulation as women in the peak fertility. So as we're in the summer peak, it is a time to tune back into our heart and what is most meaningful, what is most joyful, what do you desire most in your life beneath the masks, beneath the layers of the surface, what is actually in the center, and how can we direct the energy to really what matters most to us. So as we're in this peak and we're devoting our month to matcha in the tea house, this is just an invitation to you to devote yourself to your heart, to your womb, to what matters most to you, and to see your energy as precious and powerful, and how you attune to your body, your emotions, your joy, pleasure, is how you can direct your life. And instead of feeling overwhelmed or chaotic in this fiery energy of summer, which is easy to get burnt out, we can really see this as a time to illuminate and enliven what's already in our heart and what wants to be created from this peak of energy, instead of being burnt out by it, and really nurturing ourselves, staying in this slow way of living so that we can sustain our energy over the long term. And for me, tea is a practice, a ceremony, a daily meditation. Really invites me to be more intentional in how I do everything. So I hope this can inspire your journey. Sit with your tea as a medicine and join us in the online tea house for our womanhood, where we are living slowly, cyclically, and empowered. And just wanted to share the last things for matcha. And I have paired with a local matcha company. The owner is in our online tea house, and she has a ceremonial grade matcha from Japan. And so we are utilizing this beautiful, green, vibrant matcha in our online tea house this month. So if you sign up for the 3-month or 1-year option, you can opt in to get a matcha powder sent to you. So excited about this. I love supporting local women-owned business. So she was a good friend of ours. And I also have, this isn't matcha to drink, but it is a matcha face mask that I made. I've been making these for the last at least 3 years now, and I use it weekly or bi-weekly. It's called TNC face mask, and it's a beautiful blend that the inspiration came from, of course, my love of matcha, but also the ocean here in Hawaii and how healing it has been for my skin and overall wellness. It has different seaweeds that are great for nutrients and antioxidants, pearl powder for beauty, green clay, and aloe vera, which is really moisturizing for the skin. So it's a beautiful, clarifying, and moisturizing face mask that you can also opt in when you join the online tea house, or you can purchase it in my little apothecary on the website. So I will just put the links for the tea house and those links for the apothecary. And I would love to hear about your connection with matcha. If you have a connection to it, the ways you like to enjoy it. And since this first awakening I've had with matcha, since then, when I lived back in Utah, I would look up videos of the matcha ceremony, and it was just so in depth. And so Japanese culture has a traditional matcha ceremony that is probably one of the most disciplined forms of tea. And so I would just look up videos, very curious about deepening my connection to matcha. And I never really thought that I would get into the ceremonial aspect of it. But since moving to Oahu, I found a local tea house that offers classes, and so I have been taking matcha class for the last almost 2 years, wild to think, as I just feel like an infant in ceremonial Japanese matcha ceremony. But it's one of my absolute loves in the week. I really just find so much peace, clarity, harmony, balance within the tea house as we're coming. All of us are coming as a student to matcha and really preserving the cultural aspect of the ceremony. And something that I have really valued about the Japanese way of tea is that it has such a foundational, rooted lineage, and how they practice is very disciplined. And we're just feeling such balance internally through the process. And every little movement matters. How you do every little thing matters. And also, the ceremony is reflective of the season that we're in. So we go by the Japanese, what's happening in the season over there. And so it's reflective within the sweets that they serve, the tea bowl that they choose, the decorations that are chosen, the way that we practice the tea ceremony. So it's just been a really refreshing process to learn something so different and to be immersed in a cultural practice that is so old. Um, it's just been a really enriching process and brings a lot more mindfulness and presence into my belief. And also, the medicine that they serve is so much more potent, as you can imagine, going to an actual ceremony. Fillers are included, like the common like milks that you put in matcha, sugar, none of that is involved. Just the ceremonial matcha powder. And there's two ways that we practice the tea, which is a thin tea and then a thick tea. And when I first tried the thick tea, it's kind of like a soup. So it's a lot more thick matcha, which probably nobody serves except the matcha ceremony. And to my surprise, it just tasted so like seaweedy and so medicinal, so nourishing. It's actually one of my favorite ways to drink matcha now, as it just feels so nourishing. And something that the matcha has taught me, since it is really invigorating, energizing. When you drink tea as a medicine, it also invites us to move the energy in a way that balances our energetic body. So if you just drink matcha and do nothing with the energy that you receive, it might feel a little internally shaky or a little overwhelming. But if you direct that energy to something that really fuels you, it can just bring that energy in tenfold into building up what you want to create in life. So oftentimes when I'm in class, I'll then go to qigong or dance or any form of movement that really invites a balance of my energy body and moving through any blocks in my body. So this is also something that we'll be focusing in on in our July for the Matcha Medicine theme. So I really want to bring forward this connector point, matcha as a medicine, to move and direct our energy to what matters in our life and really bring clarity to our energy. So that involves moving, qigong movement, dance, and stretching the body. So we will be doing a bit of that in the online tea house this month. And also intention setting, so that for me in my life, something that has been very important, even from a young age, is writing. And so it is that connection to our heart, from our heart to our hand, and everything that we write, I believe, are spells, and then we invite in what we're wanting to create. So we're gonna spend some time writing, moving, being matcha with smoke. So I'm super excited. I will put the links below and comment below anything that's coming up for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.